After Jane's death in 1537, Henry was alone again. He was 46 years old, overweight, with an ulcerated leg that caused him constant pain. The Golden Prince of 1509 was long gone, but he was still king, and England needed alliances. His chief minister, Thomas Cromwell, had a plan, a marriage alliance with the Protestant princes of Germany. The Duchy of Cleves was perfectly positioned, not too powerful to threaten England, but connected enough to matter. And they had an available princess, Anne. The problem was that Henry had never seen her. In the 16th century, you couldn't just video call your potential bride. So Henry did what royal families did. He sent the court painter, Hans Holbein, to paint her portrait. Holbein's portrait showed a serene, dignified woman in elaborate German dress. Henry looked at it and approved the match. Negotiations began, a treaty was signed. Anne set sail for England in late 1539. She arrived on New Year's Day, 1540. Henry, ever the romantic, decided to surprise her. He'd read too many chivalric romances where the king disguises himself to test his bride's true feelings. So he dressed as a messenger and burst into her chamber while she was watching bear baiting from her window. It went catastrophically wrong. Anne didn't recognize him. Why would she? She'd never seen him. She was startled and confused by this large, foul-smelling stranger. Henry was humiliated. He stormed out, returned in his royal clothes, and tried again. But the magic was broken. That night, Henry complained bitterly to Cromwell. He called Anne a Flanders mare. He said she was nothing like her portrait, that she was plain, that she smelled bad, that he found her completely unattractive. But the treaty was signed. The diplomatic wheels were in motion. Henry felt trapped. The wedding went ahead on January 6, 1540. It was Henry's fourth marriage in less than 4 years. But there was an immediate problem. Henry wouldn't consummate the marriage. He claimed he had no desire for her. His gentlemen of the bedchamber were questioned about the intimate details. It was humiliating for everyone involved. For 6 months, the unconsummated marriage limped along. Henry desperately searched for a way out. Then he found one. If the marriage was never consummated, it could be annulled on the grounds of non-consent. Anne, he claimed, had been pre-contracted to another man anyway. Her previous betrothal had never been properly dissolved. In July 1540, Henry summoned Anne and asked her to agree to an annulment. And here's where Anne showed her intelligence. She said yes, no drama, no fighting, no claiming her rights as queen. Anne of Cleves looked at what had happened to Catherine and Anne Boleyn and made the smartest decision of her life. She let him go. In exchange for her cooperation, Henry was extraordinarily generous. He gave her a massive settlement, castles, manors, a huge income. He called her his beloved sister. She was given precedence at court over every woman except the king's wife and daughters. She kept her status, her wealth, and most importantly, her head. Anne lived comfortably in England for the rest of her life. She attended court functions. She maintained friendly relations with Henry and later with his children. She outlived him by 10 years. Of all Henry's wives, she had perhaps the happiest ending, wealthy, independent, and alive. The marriage had lasted just 6 months. No one was hurt, but Thomas Cromwell wasn't so lucky. Henry blamed him for the disastrous match. Within weeks of the annulment, Cromwell was arrested, attainted for treason, and executed. The man who had engineered Henry's break from Rome and the dissolution of the monasteries was beheaded on July 28, 1540. On the very same day Cromwell died, Henry married again, wife number 5. And this time, he truly believed he'd found love.